Well, we're at the 2014 Great Salt Lake Scoutorama, and we're kind of back here in a cubicle, but I've done my best to get people to come back, and I'm going to go through here and show you what I brought. Of course, we start off with Baden Powell and Aids to Scouting, Daniel Carter Beard, and Seaton and all his stuff, and of course Scouting for Boys, the handbook, Women's Home Companion, Ladies Home Journal, and then the first editions of the various things. Of course, the Birch Bark Roll, which is probably one of the rarest books I really have, actually. First edition of Scouting for Boys. Then we have the official handbook, first edition, along with signaling and cameras. I just recently got a new camera. That's pretty rare. It didn't cost very much. I was thrilled to get that one. Of course, the first edition of the Boy Scout Handbook. And then down here I have all the different variations of the camping manual. Down here we have one of the old flags with the triangles at the bottom. We have Woodcraft Indians. We have a lot of the Mackenzie statues. Right here we have the 5 required handbooks that were supposed to be used by scout leaders who were going to Wood Badge. Then we have some of the magazines and things, the games, music, sheet music that fits really good in a picture frame. Again, some more games, the Boy Scout Game of Progress, Lotto. Then we have the Lone Scouts, created by William D. Boyce, and the Real Boy Scout Boyce magazine, the Lone Scout. We have Boy's Life, through the 100 years of Boy's life. We have the Gilcraft books, which are fairly rare. They predate the Boy Scout Service Library books. Of course, the Order of the Arrow. Then we have the 2010 badges. Then we have our Cub Scout display. We have a number of Cub Scout items. The Converse shoes. A lot of things are made out of plastic. Of course, there's my picture. That's the only thing I have from scouting of me. And again, lots of different trinkets of Cub Scouts. The boys really like to touch these and handle these. And then I have all the badges over the years of the Cub Scouts. And we have quite a unique little bookcase down there. Bookends of the Cub Scout. The marionette doll. And then we have the Cub Scout rank insignia here. Then of course we have the LDS area, the 100th anniversary. We have a number of items, the Vanguard Trail, the different church magazines, and then a number of the church leadership insignia, and of course the Duty to God Award items. Then over here, we'll start over here. Here's an old flag I got a couple weeks ago. That's kind of a fun old flag. And then we'll go through here. This is just kind of the miscellaneous handbooks I have, the Order of the Arrow handbooks. Then our senior scouting. We have the various things on senior scouting, Explorer Scouts, Forestry Scouts, and Sea Scouts. Then we have our service library, a number of books for the service library from the 30s. Then we have our British Scouting display, Scouting for Boys, and the Gilcraft books. So this is my British Scouting books. We have some patches from the Jamborees. We have a new registration thing that's kind of down here. I needed a spot on the table, but didn't have the room. We have the Jamboree neckerchiefs here. Then we have, of course, the Scouting handbooks. Handbook for Boys, and the field books and the LaFax books. And then we have the 10 Merit Badge series and a display of the various types of camping merit badges over the years. Then we go into the Scoutmaster handbooks, Patrol Leader handbooks, and all the different Merit Badge books down at the bottom there. Then we have the all the Cub handbooks here. for all the different Cubs and along with their songs. And finally, we have the Cub Leader Handbooks, the Den Mother books, and we got a nice flag down here. It says Cubs BSA. And our last bookcase, of course, is our diaries. It's a little small, but it has all the diaries, and it has a few diaries down here from the jamborees. The oldest diary I have is from 1914. We're still missing the 1913 that we're trying to get. And then up above we have the various uniforms. And I have several uniforms along the back here from all the different areas of the scouting organization over the years. These are the more recent ones. Here's an Oscar De La Renta dress, smock right here that the gals don't like too much. The professional scouter jackets and such. We have a nice old sweater here from the 40s that I was able to get. A Cub Master uniform, and of course the varsity scouting over here. Then back down here we have several more uniforms along the front here. So here's uniforms from the 50s and 60s. There's an Air Explorer uniform, Sea Scouts, Leader uniform, old uniforms, Cub Scouts. We get into the 40s. There's one from the New York World's Fair. Here's a neat one from the 30s with all the rank patches, the wide rank patches, and an Eagle Scout. Again, Sea Scouts that started in 1912. Here's a uniform from 1937 Jamboree. Here's a great Den Mother dress from the 30-40s. Great Cub Scout uniform here from the 30s. Here's a beautiful uniform I got recently, and it has merit badges already on the sleeve. And I washed the pants, and the label all faded because of that. And then a couple of my very oldest uniforms right here. Of course, this is one of my original uniforms I got with the patrol ribbons on the sleeves. The whole thing is out here in front of the thing. I use PVC pipe, and I put backpacks and blankets down there along the base, and that's worked out really well. Finally, right here we have our LDS 100 Years of Scouting. So that comprises my display this year, and if you can look at it right here, if we get back, you can see all the uniforms on the back wall, the bookcases, and then the tables back here where people have been really enjoying to be able to look at all the different scouting over the years. And they can just wander back through here and have some good memories. There's an old, again, that flag that I was talking about. Just a stroll down memory lane. And unfortunately, I had more than I could display this year. So that brings me to the end of my display for 2014 at the Great Salt Lake Council.